teams switch ends here, so we'll be looking for the Vikings to score to the left on this one. And the ball is placed. Whistle blows, and we are underway to start the second, and Hampton wins its first face-off of the game. That was very unexpected. CSU almost had 9 straight.
Sorry about that, folks. We seem to have had a miswired connection over in our camp over there. CSU goalie in charge of the ball right now.
And back to midfield, and CSU is taking off. Number 2 passes out to number 22. Flash out to Wilson, number 11. Number 16 right in front. Can't quite knock it in. Wilson with the ball again. .22 behind the net with the ball right now. Passes it back out to number 4. 47 in the midfield, passing it around. CSU playing very smart lacrosse, making sure that they're passing the ball all over the place, getting good shots on goal. It's really been one of the differences in this game. 47 Blake Storer with the ball. Passes it back out to number 4, Nick Wendell. .22 flies out. 19 scores. Sneaks it in. It's number 19, Tristan Hanna, with a second goal of the game. The goal was scored at 13:12. So a minute, 48 seconds into the game, or into the second quarter, rather. And CSU knocks in goal number 6.
The Vikings have 2 shots on goal this quarter. The Pirates only have 1.
And the ball is placed for the face-off after the goal.
And we do apologize about missing the audio earlier. As we said, or as you guys probably didn't hear, this is a student production. So we are teaching our students how to do live broadcasts. So there will be problems throughout the broadcast. It will not be the best because these are students. They are learning. This is a class assignment for them. Because for a lot of them, this is their first experience ever doing a live TV broadcast. And sports is the hardest broadcast to do.
Honestly, you're doing an all right job so far. Yeah. We've been watching the feed, and hopefully you're getting a good live picture here.
And we've got the Vikings in control of the ball right now in their offensive zone.
Number 7 got mugged by Hampton.
Oh, it looks like the Pirates have control at the moment, number 34.
Pass it back to number 25 on Hampton, who gets it back out to number 10 in midfield.
It is hard to follow that ball with this white dome that we're in. If it goes above that blue that you see across the field, it's almost impossible to see.
Number 0 flips out to 14. And it's dropped, picked up by CSU, number 15, Nate Menendez, picking up that turnover.
And for those of you just tuning in or maybe coming back to the game, we have switched sides of the field. Right to left across your screen, we've got the Pirates goal, and then we've got the Vikings goal all the way down on the right-hand side.
Sucked out, and Hampton gets back to the goalie to, gets stuffed by number 22, but Hampton's still able to pick it up. Number 5 flying down the field in the offensive zone.
Looks like number 17 for the Pirates has the ball right now. Passes it across the field to number 10. Ten's just standing there trying to figure out what he wants to do. Passes it over to number 0, who passes it on to number 5. Sends it down into the corner. Now the ball's going behind the net. Thank you, Steve. Off to number 10. And we're just kind of going in circles around the Vikings here.
Knocked out by the Vikes, and another turnover collected. Vikes number 88, Paris Williams, picking that one up. Outs number 2, the shot. Saved by goalie number 23 for Hampton.
The goalie for Hampton is Kevin Mondi Jr.
And picked back up number 88. Paris Williams has had an amazing round of defending today so far. We'll be calling his numbers some more for sure during this broadcast.
So far we've got Mr. Kevin Mondi Jr. with the Pirates. He's played 8 games so far. He has a 0-3-0 record. He's has 77 goals allowed with a 13.29 average. Number 22 with the Pirates in control of the ball right now. Passes it over to number 6. Passes it across the field back to number 22.
22 back out to number 3. 3 into 14. Elliott Johnson, one of the top
back to
scorers.
number 3. Passes it over to number 6, down to number 14 in the corner. Passes it to number, 17 behind the net. Coming around.
17, number 14
is really good.
And
we've got a Pirates goal. We had not with 9:11 left in the quarter. The score is now 6-3.
That was an unassisted Hampton goal.
And we're just waiting to see who is being awarded that goal.
Bit of a scrum in front of that. It's Carter Boone scored that one.
Number 17, Carter Boone. We're back at center field. The ball's just been put down. And there's a flag.
Penalty on the faceoff against Hampton, I believe. We'll be finding that out here at the scores table in a moment. That is a foul on number 17. That is a face-off violation. 30-second penalty for Hampton. Means CSU will be a man up on the power play.
Here in lacrosse, we use the term man up.
Man up, okay.
So the Vikings are man up right now. And we are going to be having another. And the Vikings, number 42 has the ball.
And
we've got a Vikings goal.
Answer quickly on the man up. That was by Michael Wilson getting the hat trick on the man up. Number 11.
Thank you, Steve.
And the assist is from Tristan Hanna. 16th goal of the season for Michael Wilson. He has had a phenomenal year thus far. And it is now 7-3 Vikes as the ball is placed for the faceoff. And we are back underway. CSU winning that faceoff again, as they have done most of the day today. Wilson with the ball. Back into the midfield zone, passes out to number 2.
And we've got a penalty flag thrown up. We've got number 2 with the Vikings in control of the ball. Passes it to number 1. Takes it across the field, sends it over to, was it 26?
35.
Oh, 35.
Number 19 with the ball right by the goal. Nope. Pass out to number 1. There is a delayed penalty coming up.
Oh, and we got another one. Penalty. Let's see what the, I believe one might have been for too many, looked like there might have been too many men.
That's what I'm thinking
for the first one, but I'm not sure what the second one's going to be. We're going to let the officials meet up and confer. So just for those of you tuning in right now, we've got a 7-3 score with the Vikings leading over the Hampton Pirates here in the second period. We've got 7:40 left on the clock.
We have 2 penalties, 30 seconds each, so we're going to be man up times 2 coming up on this one. Second penalty was on Aaron Brown for pushing. Julian Edwards called offsides, and Aaron Brown called for pushing, both 30 seconds. CSU on the man up. Great save by number 23 on Hampton. He's out of the box and clears it out to number 18 down the wing.
And we've got the Vikings in control of the ball right now. Number 22 passes it to number 11, back to 42.
They got
passes
22.
over to 22.
Number 1 flying pass, slips it in and goes out of bounds. Timeout, Vikings.
And we've got 6:24 left on the clock here. We've got the Vikings up 7-3 over the Hampton University Pirates. And we might as well give you a little bit of a stats update here. Here right now we've got 26 shots versus 4. Cleveland State Vikings in the lead with shots category. The Vikings have taken 18 shots so far this afternoon on goal to Hampton's 4. The Vikings have 1 save and the Pirates have 11, but this game has kind of been one-sided in the Vikings dominating the offensive category this afternoon. 18 ground balls for the Vikings with only 8 for the Pirates. And Hampton has had 9 out of 10 clears for them, and the Vikings are 8 for 8 on clears. Hampton has turned over the ball 8 times, and the Vikes have only turned over 4. And
Vikings have caused 8 turnovers, so the defense is looking all right compared to Hampton's 2 caused turnovers.
And we have had 1 penalty for the Vikings and 3 for the Hampton Pirates. And for those of you who are just tuning into our broadcast this afternoon, we've got across your screen, we've got the Hampton goal on the left, Vikings goal on your right.
Number 18 with the ball, moving it out to number 4 on the wing. Back to 47 in the midfield zone.
And we have a Vikings goal. 5:44 left on the clock.
That's number 26, Jack Frickleton, with the score.
And that goal was unassisted. That is Jack Frickleton's 9th goal of the season for the Vikings.
Brings the score up to 8-3 right now with 5:44 left in the second, as we get set to face off at the face-off box in the center.
Got the ball down. Oh, I'm sorry. Ball is now down.
The ball's down. And CSU with another face-off win, and already number 5 on the attack. Quick out. Back to 5. Shoots.
Oh,
deflected and out of bounds.
The Vikings are really putting up, giving the Pirates defense a serious challenge this afternoon here.
Vikings with the ball back in the midfield zone, setting up a play again. 16 passes behind the net to number 11, who comes in. As a 19 drops it, it is picked up. No real possession, and Hamilton.
Looks like he just got pushed out of bounds.
He did, but it's Viking ball.
42 is in control of the ball for the Vikings. Passes it off to number 7. He's being shadowed by number 18.
From the left wing into the center, 16.
16 takes a shot, and he misses.
Zipped wide of the net.
As Cleveland legend Harry Doyle would say, just a bit outside.
Oh, off the post, CSU.
But the CSU Vikings are dominating, though.
And Hampton with the save. Ball coming back. Number 8 cruising through midfield.
Passes off to number 5, who sends it down to number 17 behind the net, coming around.
Flies it back out to number 10 in the midfield.
Passing it over to number 0. Looking for what to do, trying to find a way to get through to the goal. Oh,
drops it, turnover, and number 88 again with the pickup.
Chasing down the field.
He takes it himself and scores! Beautiful goal, end to end by number 88, Paris Williams.
The Vikings are now up 9-3 over the Hampton Pirates here in the second quarter. We've got 3:25 left on the clock. And that is Parise Williams' second goal of the season here for the Vikings this afternoon. We're now back at the face-off circle.
And the ball is placed. Whistle blows, and we're back underway. CSU with yet another face-off win.
Going to number 2, passing it over to number 11, now taking it out of
27,
the
or
17, taking
17.
out of the defensive zone, passing it over to number 11, to number 2.
26 shoots, just wide, goes out and through the back.
The CSU Vikings have just been dominant all game over the Hampton Pirates here.
They really have. They have put on quite a show for everyone here on Community Day at Krenzler Field.
And we've got a decent-looking crowd here this afternoon. Number 22 for the Vikings has the ball, passes it over to number 35.
35 zips in, shakes off a defender, shoots wide. Hits one into the soccer goal behind the net. Not quite what we're looking for this afternoon.
No, it is not. Unfortunately, those goals do not count. Number 1 for the Vikings in control of the ball. Trying to get us pass it over to number 22. The Vikings are looking for yet another opportunity to score here. Like that shot was denied. Well, actually, it didn't even look like that was anywhere near.
I agree. That one was quite a bit off. 11 with the ball. Takes off, feeds it back out to midfield.
Vikings still in control. Number 1 taking the ball.
Oh. Gets knocked down right in front of the goal. Vikings lose possession. Hampton coming up the left wing.
Moving across the field. Passing it over to Hampton's Pirates. Number 8 passes to number 3. Pirates pass it to their number 22. Lemuel Randolph. Randolph still in control of the ball, looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. That's controlled.
Number 3 with
number
control.
3 with control.
Passes back out to number 5. 17 behind the net.
Pass back to number 5. 17 and 5 switching positions.
That was off the back of the net there. Picked up by Steven Russo, number 10 for the Vikes.
Yes.
And we get ready to clear out. Passes out to 17.
Passes it down to number 0. Drop the ball, picks it back up.
Spin move and starts flying down. Gets to the offensive end.
Number 40 had it. It looks like 26 last had the ball.
Only 22 seconds left in the half. Timeout CSU. Give you a quick stat update here. It is 9-3 CSU. 35 shots for Cleveland State, only 5 for Hampton. 23 of those shots have been on goal for Cleveland State, 4 for Hampton. Only 1 save made by the CSU goalie compared to 14 from the other teams. So you can see how this offense has been very lopsided today between these two teams in favor of your Vikes.
And 17 of those shots have come here in the second quarter.
23 ground balls. Cleveland State has been very heavy on defense as well as offense.
Cleveland State has made 10 out of 10 clears for them. The Pirates have made 11 out of 12 clears. The CSU, the Vikings have given up 6 turnovers, and the Pirates have given up 9.
Seems like the igloo of a dome here hasn't really affected the Vikings too much, has it, Zach?
Well, they've been playing in this dome all season for all their home games, so home field advantage. They know what they're looking for. They're used to playing in this white abyss of a sky that we have here that you can lose the ball in ever so easily.
At the same time, you haven't really seen too many of those high passes today. It's been a lot of lower, more lateral maneuvers, and it's been really good so far.
Well, it's a technique that the Vikings use here to just keep track of the ball. Vikings in control. Number 4 passes over to number 47. Takes it across the field, passes it back to,
10 seconds left.
Goal! Oh, Vikings goal!
Last second goal, 6.8 seconds to go.
Was that number, I believe that was number 27, but we will give it a moment for the official call on that.
Correct, that is number 27, Noah Gleason. 6.8 seconds left on the clock for the half.
We're going to have another face-off here real quick before we go to our intermission. And we're getting ready to go here for the final, which will probably be the final face-off of the second quarter. The ball has been placed. We are go. Oh, ball pops up. Looks like and the Vikings end the quarter with we end the first half here with the Vikings up 10-3 over the Hampton Pirates. We have a 10-minute intermission this afternoon.
Yeah, man, it's looking great so far. The Vikings might be on course to set the school record for points in a game at the rate that we're going today. So far, the highest number of points scored this season was a 12-6 win over Lafayette on March 13th.
That was a fun game to be here. A little on the chilly side once that storm rolled in, but it's not quite as bad in here today. Though it is surprisingly colder in here than you would think.
It is, but it's probably also ice cold from this ice cold defense. That's really helps to win the game here for the Vikes so far in the first half. And for everyone watching at home, we definitely can answer some questions right now. If you guys have any questions on stats or any players or anything, feel free to ask us right here live on our YouTube channel. We're having a presentation right now for Community Day. It's the first ever Community Day here for CSU Lacrosse. and we've presented one of the great local activists who's helped bring lacrosse to Cleveland with a Vikings helmet today as part of a game day presentation. Apologize for not having that on the feed right now during intermission, but we're very
Hello, my name's Frederick Leahy. I'm a filmmaker and the founding director of the Colorado Film School. I've come to Cleveland State to lead the former Department of Film, Television, and Interactive Media, becoming the first standalone film school in the state of Ohio, the School of Film and Media Arts at Cleveland State University. To maximize the economic impact of the high-end Hollywood features being shot in Cleveland, the legislature has provided us with $7.5 million in startup funds. We will use these funds and the powerful backing of CSU to create one of the top film schools in the U.S. We're currently shepherding the curriculum of a rigorous Bachelor of Fine Arts degree through the approval processes at the university. The BFA, a professional training degree, includes 72 credits in the major. There are 6 tracks in the program: writing and directing, writing and producing, acting and directing, cinematography, post-production, and interactive media. The program focuses on hands-on professional training in the creation of new work in a highly structured progression. We're fortunate enough to live in an exciting time for the practitioners of our craft. There's greater demand for new content, new original work than at any time in history. We're building a unique, state-of-the-art 36,000 square foot facility on the top floor of the Idea Center in Playhouse Square in downtown Cleveland. There you will be able to emerge from your production work on our stages and edit suites and look out over Lake Erie or the downtown skyline, or peer down at the marquees of the world-class theatrical productions being staged on our block. Cleveland's a very cool urban environment on the north coast of the U.S. with a deep heritage of support for the creative arts and for a diverse community of artists. Ivan Schwartz and the Greater Cleveland Film Commission are bringing in top-level productions to be lensed in our community. This offers our students tremendous opportunities to engage, intern, and participate in the best practices of our industry. The CSU School of Film and Media Arts will support and enable more of these lucrative productions by supplying skilled crew members as they learn and become Cleveland's own creative voices in the market. So come and join our community of filmmakers as we enable the next generation of storytellers to reach out and engage with the global audience eager for fresh voices. Thank you.
As mentioned, Michael Wilson leads the way with 3 goals and 2 assists. Tristan Hanna with 2 goals and 1 assist. Jack Frickleton with 2 goals and 1 assist. And Tristan Copeland has an assist in there as well. Derek Radke has a goal, as well as Noah Gleason and Paris Williams. As you see from the video, we are back for warm-ups for the second half. Game will be getting underway in just over a minute here at Krenzler Field, as fans continue to enjoy Community Day here at CSU. We have quite the full house going on the other side of the field. Wonderful to see that lacrosse continues to grow in our campus community. This is the 2nd season of Cleveland State Lacrosse, and currently it looks like we are on track to set a scoring record for school history today of this young program. So let's hope that CSU keeps it going. This is definitely looking like it's going to be the highest scoring game of the season. And we are very excited to get back to play in just under 30 seconds here at the Krenzler Field Dome. Okay, so Dan, we have a question here. Is lacrosse similar to field hockey? Is the current question that we have on our chat. It's somewhat similar. There are a few differences. Obviously, the equipment's a bit different, but it is very similar to field hockey. Short history of the game. It was actually started by Native Americans here in the United States and adapted throughout the years. Oh, and now we are getting set for the face-off to start the 3rd quarter of play. Once again, the goals have been switched. CSU will be playing left to right this time. The ball is placed. And we are underway again here at Krenzler Field. CSU winning yet another face-off and flying into the offensive zone. Number 22 passes it back to number 2. Number 2 zips it into number 19. Back behind the net. And CSU passes out to number 35 on the wing. Number 1 back in midfield. Gets the ball inside. Passes back into the midfield zone to number 35. 22 with the ball now. And 22 going front and center, passes it back. Gets it back toward the midfield zone. Number 35 jukes past number 10. Passes it behind the net to 26. 26 scores off the wing. Beautiful goal for the Vikings early on in the first minute. 53 seconds into the second half. And a beautiful, beautiful goal scored by number 26 off the wing. Jack Frickleton with his 2nd of the match. That makes it 11-3 Vikes as we get set for the face-off. And we're face off, and it's another violation. CSU gets the ball. And back out to number 4 on the wing. 47 back in the midfield range. And number 27 with the ball. Passes it over to 26 on the wing. Back to 27. 47 in the midfield zone. And 47 gets it in. Passes back out to number 4. And back to 27 on the wing. 27 centers up. Passes it to number 4. Vikings looking to get into goal again here. 26 on the left wing, back to number 4. Back to 26. Back to 47. 47 spins around, shoots. Saved by Hampton.
Looks like we got a little scrum for the ball down in front of the goal.
Yep, and 34 for Hampton comes up with it after those scrums there.
Pass it off to number 1, right into the net of the stick.
Number 5 with the ball, that's Johnson, one of their top players. Number 0 with the ball in midfield. Hampton looks like they're setting up an attack here. Jukes around number 27. Shoots, goes wide, into the corner.
Looks like Hampton will get the ball.
Ooh. Just wide of the net. And CSU, after that nice save by Russo, gets the ball quickly down the field into the attacking end. 27, back out, shoots, and score! A score from number 0 on that one. Bobby Kidd the third.
We've got the CSU Vikings up 12-3 over the Hampton Pirates right now.
And with 11:37 to go in the quarter, Hampton calls a timeout as the Vikings now lead 11-3. Actually, that's 12-3 now. 12-3 right now. The Vikings lead, and that ties the Vikings already early in the third quarter for the most points scored in a game this year. Vikings are just cruising here. It has been all systems go for the green and white this afternoon here at Krenzler Field. And once again, I remind you that this is a student broadcast from the CSU Broadcasting Department. Our students are doing a great job. Many of them, it is their first time broadcasting live at a sporting event today. And they've been doing an amazing job so far, bringing you some awesome footage of CSU Vikings lacrosse. That goal was scored on the 40th shot of the game for CSU. CSU 40-7 in shot totals. You can tell this offense has just been high-powered all day today. 28 of those shots have been on goal. As we get set for the face-off. And the ball is placed. And the whistle blows, and we are back underway. CSU.
We got a scrum for the ball right now.
Scrums up, and Hampton comes up with it.
Number 7 for the Pirates. Working in their defensive zone right now.
Yep, ground ball picked up by the Pirates.
And they're moving it downfield into the Vikings defensive zone.
Just wide of the net. Good series there by Hampton. As CSU gets save and clears it out.
Vikings still in control of the ball. Caught by number 15. Takes it into the offensive zone. Got number 26 with the Vikings now in control of the ball. Passing it off to number 11. Around the back of the net to number
19.
19, thank you. Number 15 now in control. Passes it off to 42.
Yep, 42 in the midfield, just trying to get it back into number 11.
You know, if the officials think that a team is not actually trying to make a play, they will institute start a 30-second shot clock, which you can see at the two ends of the field. We don't see them too often happen around here.
Ooh, 11 with a shot that gets deflected out.
The Vikings have 5 shots so far this quarter. We've got about 10 minutes left to go here in the third.
Number 15 with the ball coming in. Jukes past number 8 on Hampton. 26 with the ball right next to net, scores. Nice, easy goal for number 26 to give the Vikings the largest goal total in a game so far this season.
And he shot that in from around the back of the net.
That's Fickleton's 3rd goal of the game. That is the 2nd hat trick in this game for the Vikes.
The Vikes now lead 13-3 over the Hampton University Pirates. We've got about just under 10 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. We've got the players meeting up with the officials at center field for our face-off. It looks like 22 for the Pirates and number 13, Jack Dively for your CSU Vikings. The ball is placed. And away we go. Got a scrum for the ball. Knocked out, looks like it's going to go to the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings have it, but it's a grounder.
Yeah.
Picked up by huge scrum for the ball over here. And the Vikings come up with it. And the Vikings are flying down the pitch. Number 20, the long defender.
Oh,
shoots it over the net. Valiant effort there from number 20, but just a bit north of the net there.
Number 35 passes it off to number 19. Back to over to 22, cross the field over to number 1. Passes it over to
23, who zips it past the net out of bounds. It's like I can only imagine if they were to have walls instead of the out-of-bounds net, how much the dynamic of this game would change. Keeping the ball in play more.
I have a feeling it would be much more like hockey.
Oh, I agree. .22 gets it stripped from him by number 27. Picks it up in bounds. Gets it back to number 1.
Actually, it looks like we have number 8 with the Pirates.
Yeah, number 8 with the
control of the
Pirates
ball.
is flying down.
Passes it over to number 17.
Something that amazes me about this is the speed and control of the ball. One of the things you always wonder is just how they are so good at keeping the ball right on the nets and just passing it between each other so quickly. As Hampton moves into their offensive zone. Grounder picked up by Hampton. Him number 12 with the ball right now. Passes back to 11 in the midfield zone. And it's dropped by Hampton and scooped up by CSU. Number 9 with the ball, flying down the field toward the offensive end. And shot in and scored. Number 11 with his 4th goal of the game, Michael Wilson.
We've got 6:43 left on the clock. 14-3 CSU Vikings over the Hampton Pirates. And then he was assisted by Tristan Hanna. And that was Wilson's 17th goal for the season.
He has been doing phenomenal.
And we've got the CSU Vikings with 45 shots so far this game, 8 for the Hampton Pirates.
As we get set for the face-off again, ball is placed.
To say that the Vikings have been out-shooting the Pirates would be an understatement.
Huge scrum in the midfield right now. But Zero gets out of it along the wing.
Get number 10 passing it over to number 17 for the Pirates.
Working on obtaining some stats here from last season just to see what the record is for the most goals scored in a game by the Vikings. Because we're definitely looking at that today. They're on pace for about 20 goals in this match, which is absolutely incredible.
Number 47 with the Vikings catches the ball, sends it downfield to number 32.
32 gets it out to number 23. 23 back out to the midfield to 47.
Who passes it to 33. Passing it to 23. Oh, we dropped the ball, and it is a turnover to the Pirates. Pirates now in control, taking the ball down into the Vikings defensive zone.
The highest number of goals scored in CSU Viking lacrosse history, as short as it is, 18 goals last year against Wittenberg in that win. And the Vikings are 4 goals away from tying that record today against Hampton. Hampton guns it in, and 21 has it behind the net.
21 passes to 14.
14 to 10.
10 in the midfield, trying to look, see what he can do. Passes around to 17. 17 passes it back up to number 6, over to 10. Ten takes a shot
way wide.
And yeah, that was wide.
Right in front of the goal, cannot capitalize. This one goes back to the wall.
And we have a Pirates goal.
It is a Pirate goal. That was scored by number 17, Carter Boone. His third of the game.
That's Carter Boone's 11th for the season. And that goal was unassisted. We're back at center field for the face-off. Players in position. The ball has been placed. And away we go. CSU with the ball. Passing it over to number 4. Oh.
Passing it back to the goalie.
Who passes it back to, was it 36?
Yep, 36, long pole defender, passes it up to 6. 6 comes in flying.
Passes it to
23.
23. Across the field. Behind the net. Number 6 now in control of the ball for the Vikings, passing it over to 23 behind the net again to number 7.
It was kind of playing all-around ball right now, just really setting up for a play.
Number 15 with the ball, trying to take it in.
Oh,
the Vikings drop the ball, and it's in
Hampton
control of the Pirates. Pirates take the ball across the field. Number 14 with the Pirates in control of the ball now, passes it down to 22. We got number 3 in control of the ball now for the Pirates. Passes back over to 22. Trying to get something lined up here. 22 taking the ball in. Takes a shot and bounces above the net into the corner.
Hampton flying back after that. Oh, nice check by number 14. Comes up with the ball and zips it ahead.
Ball's on the ground.
Picked up by CSU number 15. Number 7 flying in. Oh, bad pass to number 6. Picked
Hampton
up by number 3 on Hampton.
Hampton taking it into the Vikings defensive zone. We've got just about 1:30 left to go on the clock here in the third quarter. 14-4 Vikings over the Pirates. And we just
save by Russo. Actually, CSU switched goalies at the half. That is Marshall Emmon that is in for the Vikings.
And we've got the Vikings in control of the ball right now. Number 42 passes it off to 27, who has the ball in the midfield. Passes back over to 42. Trying to get around number 8 of the Pirates. Passes down to number 7 behind the net.
33 is getting flogged by 15 right now, but let's see if he can get it out of there to midfield to number 12. There we go.
Sends it back around to number 42. 42 is looking like he's trying to set up a shot. And it looked like it was
score.
Got
score number 7.
Goal. We've got about 18.5 seconds left on the clock here.
Derek Radke with that goal. That's his second of the match this afternoon. Vikings really sharing the wealth as far as goal scorers go.
And the assist goes to Sherwin Gersten with just under 19 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
9 different goal scorers for the Vikings, 15 goals this afternoon.
2 of those hat tricks.
Yep, and number 7, Mr. Radke, it might be on top for a hat trick as well. A hat trick of hat tricks would be quite impressive.
The ball just got picked up.
And that's who has the ball right now. Number 7, Radke, passes it back. 32, shoots way wide.
And we have the end of the fourth quarter here. Or end of the third quarter here. We've got the Vikings up 15-4 over the Hampton Pirates. We've got 15 more minutes of lacrosse here at Krenzler Field. And we will give you a update on stats in just a second.
For starters, as a reminder, the Vikings are 3 goals away from tying their all-time school record for most goals in a game, which is extremely impressive.
So to catch everybody back up who's just tuning in, we have the Vikings up 15-4 over the Hampton Pirates. The CSU Vikings have outshot the Pirates 48-14. 33 of those have been shots on goal for the Vikings to 8 of the Hampton Pirates. The Vikings have 4 saves. The Pirates have 18. The Vikings have won 19 out of 19 to 3 faceoffs. And the Vikings have had 33 ground balls to Hampton's 17. The Vikings taking care of all 18 of their clear attempts, and Hampton only taking care of 17 out of their 18.
Vikings have racked up the turnovers lately. They've racked up 10 turnovers, Hampton 11. Vikings have also caused 7 turnovers. Hampton has caused 5. Man up is still the same. We didn't have any penalties in the third. And we are just cruising here. It's all systems go for the CSU Vikings.
And we've got the players heading out to center field for the face-off for the first face-off of the fourth quarter here.
Yep, we have another change at goalkeeper for CSU. Number 31, Brady Mose will be in at the net for the Vikes.
A couple minutes before the end, I'm going to take this over there because we're going to do some fake replay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
End of game stuff.
And we're set for the face-off here.
We've got 15 minutes left to go here at Krenzler Field, fourth quarter.
Ball is placed. And we're back underway in the fourth.
Looks like CSU won the scrum, and and the Pirates take the ball. And it's turned over to the Vikings. Or we're still scrumming for that ball.
And CSU's goalie has it. Brady getting done early, and now he's flying up the wing. Oh, and that was a penalty. That was a bad back check by Hampton. That'll put Cleveland on the man up.
And just to remind you, we have switched goals again. We have the across your screen, we have Hampton's goal on your left and the Vikings goal on your right.
That's a penalty. That's a push on Hampton. 30-second man up for Cleveland State. That was number 14, Elliott Johnson, on that penalty. Big push onto the goalie of CSU.
Vikings with a man up. And we start back up here in the fourth quarter.
Vikings star on offense on this man up. Passes around, gets it right by the net, passes back out again. 26, oh, skips right in front of the goalie there. 2 seconds left on the man up for CSU. And full strength for both teams.
The Vikings in control of the ball. Number 28 with the Vikings.
26.
Or 26, sorry.
26 shoots it sidearm and goes just wide of the net, only by a couple inches there.
Get number 4 in control of the ball. Trying to get it around. Passes it back behind the net. Vikings bring it up.
Number
field.
11.
Oh, it looks like the ball's on the ground. And do we have a turnover?
We do have a turnover. Coughed up to Hampton. Number 7's flying down the field with it. Long pole defender there. Gets it back out to the attackers.
Hampton desperate.
Oh, number 5 with a score. That was Pierce Johnson with that score for Hampton. .12:49 to go in the fourth. It is now 15-5 in favor of the Vikings.
And we're at the face-off circle again, getting ready here. And that goal was unassisted, and that was Pierce Johnson's 15th goal of the season.
Ball is placed for the face-off. And the Vikes win that one too. 13 passes it out to the wing.
Number 7 has the ball. Passes it over to 32. Out to 23. 23 trying to find an opening. Passes over to 35. Down to number 7. Over to 33. And around we go. Back out to 35.
Back to number 6, who's starting to try and work into the zone.
Passes it back to 35.
Out to 23.
Passes it to number 7 around the back of the net. Who passes it up to 33, back over to 35. Got number 6 here.
The 6 cruises in. 23 with it close to the net. 35.
And we might have the refs call a shot clock any moment now. See if the Vikings don't take a shot here.
Oh.
And the Hampton Pirates are now in control of the ball. 16 takes it down the field. Passes it over to 14.
33 and 42 both down. 33 is back up, but the goalie for Hampton checking in on their player over there. We've got an injury. Trainer's on the way over. Number 25 for Hampton went down pretty hard on that one. Just checking in, making sure that he's okay. All players taking a knee on the field as respect.
And we got Coach Sheridan calling the players in.
And he's back up. Everyone here giving a salute as 25 walks off the field. Looks like he got hit in the head or face area. Just from some of the movements we've got going on, adjusting his mask and everything.
And they're probably going to be, assuming they're going to be replacing him. I just can't quite tell with whom yet.
And with 25 safely on the bench, we are getting ready to resume play here in the fourth quarter of what has been an absolutely dominant performance by the CSU Vikings.
Vikings outscoring the Pirates by
10 points.
By
15
10
to 5.
points, yeah. I was outscoring the Pirates 3-1. It's been a long morning here. We had an early morning setup. And unfortunately, the play-by-play announcers also have to set up gear and tear down as well. So it's a long day for us here.
Ooh, goal by Hampton sneaks by CSU's goalie.
With just under 11 minutes left on the clock. And that goal was unassisted. It is Pierce Johnson's 16th goal of the season.
Not bad.
His second of the quarter.
As we get set for the face-off after the goal here. Ball is placed. Whistle blows, and we're back underway. And that was a flub by CSU. Hampton with the ball.
Looks like number 8 passing it to number 3. Number 3 passes it over to 6. Passing it over to 22, who just came on the field. Passing it back over to number 6.
Quickly advancing into the offensive zone. CSU is playing a little lax this quarter. Had to throw in that lacrosse pun. Pass back out to number 3 for Hampton.
He's trying to find an opening. Oh, passes the ball to number 14, and 14 loses control.
And it's CSU ball.
Number 21 takes the ball, passes it up to 42, who runs it down the field, passing it over to number 7.
Number 7 gets stripped out. And CSU maintains possession, but not before Hampton scoops it back up. Number 18 for Hampton flies it forward into the net of number 17. 17 passes it over, shot, and that's behind the net. .8:55 to go in this one. Isolation in midfield as number 3 moves back end of the fray. Shoots it behind the net. And a stellar defensive move by CSU. Number 0 moving up the field. Passes into 23. 23 coming around. Passes to 42. 42 right in front of the goal. Shot, scores! Sherwin Gersten with the goal 8:08 to go in this match. CSU now leads 16-6, 2 goals away from that lofty school record. Lined up, the ball is placed. Whistle blows, we're back underway. Big scrum for the ball, CSU picks it up. Hampton, CSU. And CSU has it. Number 32 for CSU gets tripped up a little by 11, and that is a penalty.
And we want to give a big shout out to all of you watching out there, especially Angela in British Columbia. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Great seeing that we have a big reach out there.
In fact, that's the mother of Bobby Kidd, who plays for CSU here, who's had a wonderful game so far. As CSU is a man up after that penalty.
That's a 30-second penalty against the Pirates.
She scores! Number 11 rips in his 5th goal of the game. Michael Wilson. Have a day, good sir. Brilliant score on the man up, giving CSU a 7-6 lead over Hampton. 17-6. Sorry.
Let's not make it any easier for the Pirates, or any harder for the Pirates than it already is.
True, true. Ball is placed.
Not often that I get to use a slap shot reference on air.
There you go. Hampton with the ball in the midfield. Looks to set up a play. Huh.
We don't.
We don't. You might have, but we'll get the stats for you.
Yeah, one of the players from Hampton just came up to the table and asking questions. Unfortunately, I think you need to be asking the people a couple seats down from us. We've got the Hampton Pirates in control of the ball right now.
Number 0 threading in, and that one's flicked behind the net up high by the goalie. Number 5 for Hampton coming in, Johnson. Back to number 10. Number 10 looking for an open man, gets one in number 17 behind the net. He gets it to 14. 14 passes out to 21. Shoots, goes out.
And we just want to give another shout out to the entire Kidd family out there who's watching along with us and chatting in on our live chat here.
Yeah, Bobby's sister Ashley is also tuning in, watching us here on YouTube. Number 10 with the shot goes past the net. Whoa, ground ball. Picked up by 14 on Hampton. Number
Hampton.
5 with behind the net.
The Hampton Pirates desperately trying to get another goal set up here.
Beautiful save by 31. Scooped it right out of the bottom. He's behind the net right now.
Passes off to number 33. I'm sorry, 36.
27 passes it up to number 0. Flicks in, it goes past number 7. 4:40 left in this one as play resumes again.
And we've got the CSU Vikings up 17-6 over the Hampton Pirates. The Vikings have just been dominating the entire game. They are up 53 shots over Hampton Pirates 22 over the course of this entire game so far.
38 ground balls for the Vikes as well. They have been dominant on both sides of the pitch today. Number 3 for Hampton shoots, goes wide. And number 88 on CSU has the ball back to 21. CSU looking to advance.
Brings it down the
Flies
field.
into the zone. Passes to 23.
Brings it around, trying to set up a shot. Passes it to number 6. Over to number 7.
A 7-on-7 battle here. As now number 6 has the ball.
Passes it over to 23. Back to 6. Over to 15 on the other side of the field.
3 minutes to go in this one. Number 6 shoots. So almost scored. As the ball goes up into the midfield zone. Oh, and that's a penalty. That will be a penalty on Hampton. A 1-minute man up to CSU on a cross check. That cross check issued to number 3, Kendall Sepp. That was a really nasty one. And again, that is a 1-minute penalty, putting CSU on the man up with a chance to tie the school record right here. CSU with the ball. 15 passes it over. 33 with the ball. Number 6 with it. Shoots. Goes wide. Vikes maintain possession. Pass out to number 7. Back to 33. Back to 7. Behind the net again. Pass out to number 6. 6. Shoots. Scores! CSU has tied their school record, scoring their 18th goal of this match. Unbelievable, Vikings. The bench has erupted in celebration. 18-6 Vikes, 2:10 to go. CSU scores on the man up. And it was a beauty for number 6, Jonathan Napier. And And the ball is being placed. Whistle blows, and here we go. CSU wins their face-off. Oh! Stick got knocked out of his hands there. As the midfield battle continues. .22 for Hampton running in. Gets it back to 12. 1:40 to go in this match. Number 12 passes it to 11 in the midfield zone. 11 back to 12. 12 sprints in. Passes it to 17. One minute 10 to go in the match. Number 12 passes it to 17. 45 seconds to go. Whoa. Knocks the stick out. CSU on the attack. 34 seconds to go. Kid passes out to 30 or to 23. 23 gets it in. 7 shot score! That is a new school record for CSU. Derek Radke makes it a hat trick of hat tricks here at Cleveland State as CSU goes up 19-6 with 26 seconds to go in the game. And again, that is a school record, 19th goal for most goals scored in a lacrosse match in CSU history. And Hampton wins that face-off. Hampton flying through. 20 seconds to go in the match. 22 flying in. Save by number 31 on CSU. 10 seconds. Number 7 with the ball. 1 second. And this game is over. 19-6, CSU with its largest victory in school history today. And the Vikings are celebrating here strong from an incredible performance this afternoon at Krenzler Field. Congratulations to Vikings lacrosse on a great win over the Hampton Pirates today. 19-6 is your final.
Yeah, we're just waiting on some final stats here, and then we are going to bring you some highlights of the game before we sign off for the afternoon.
And a lot of highlights there are. This was absolutely one of the best games that we have seen.
We don't have live stats. We need to wait for the paper. So we're just waiting on some paper stats here. We had to give up the connection on our stat computer so that we could be able to do these, so we could do some live stats for you. So we do have a final score of 19-6. I do believe that is a record for the CSU Vikings.
It is a school record, 19 goals in one game.
So, and that is the 6th win that we have brought the CSU Vikings, because each game that we have broadcast for them in both seasons have been wins.
Should probably broadcast these more often, eh?
Well,
we might run the table next year.
So we're just waiting right now to hear back from our video replay crew. And whenever they get the first clip up for us, we're going to bring you some live or some highlights from the game.
Yep. Right now we've got the traditional handshakes going on at the end of this match.
Mm-hmm.
Both schools playing a great game today for everyone.
And, of course, highlighted with Cleveland Rocks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, the Vikings certainly rocks today. That's for certain.
So, yeah, we're just waiting for to get our final stats here and our highlight clips ready to go. Okay, hold on. I'm going to see what's going on. I'll be right back.
So as far as upcoming games go for Cleveland State University, we do have just a couple left this season. Next week we are going to be at ranked team Robert Morris. On the 21st, we're going to be back here for our final home game of the season against Sacred Heart. And then we'll be traveling up to Detroit Mercy on the 28th to finish our season in Detroit. Okay.
Final stats?
What?
Can we get final stats? Oh. So we've got some highlights of the last two goals coming right on up.
And right now for Community Day, we have a high five tunnel and the Vikings lacrosse players coming over and celebrating the win with our wonderful CSU community here. It's great to see the future of the game here in Cleveland looks bright. Again, lacrosse is in its second season here at CSU. It's very new to our college. And it's catching on quickly. It's all the buzz on campus right now. A lot of the school newspapers are covering this team. And everything's looking great for, again, a bright future with Viking lacrosse.
Okay, so we've got our YouTube replay coming right up. Okay, we're just having some minor technical difficulties. We might have to cancel the highlight.
The celebrations continue over on the sidelines. Players meeting with their families and members of the community here.
So unfortunately for you guys, we can't quite get the replay quite working right. This is something new for us, and it's just not looking good. So we're going to sign off for the night. CSU Vikings beat the Hampton Pirates 19-6 here at Krenzler Field today. We brought them another win. Have a good evening.
Yep, thank you very much. This is Stephen Horning and Zach.
And I'm Zachary Kushik, and have a good night.
Yep.